Hi y'all, class is in session today, and I'm gonna try and get through these talking points quickly because I don't want this video to be too long. Also, I don't want to edit a lot. Like, I'm just not gonna edit my videos, honestly. I'm just gonna say my shit, and then I'm gonna put the videos out. No music, no cute little edits. But yeah, I'm gonna try and get through this. I just have quite a bit of talking points that I wanna talk about, and yeah, this is, they say perspective is reality. This is my reality, and it's time that I share it. I don't like to talk about my sexual orientation because I just don't like to bring any attention to it. I don't think it should be anything special. But you know what? No matter what, people are seeing me as this gay person, regardless. Like, I'm trying to live my life and be Phillip, be seen for just being me. But other people just want to see me as this gay person, and fine. I'm gonna talk about things that bother me about being gay, not necessarily like about being, well, things that I deal with because I'm gay. And yeah, that's gonna bring some perspective to y'all about what it's like to be an effeminate gay person. I also never really talk about my sexual like, yes, I don't want it to be something special. Like, I just want to be me, because straight people don't talk about being straight all day. And we don't go, oh, that's my straight friend, like, they're not treated the same way that gay people are treated. And it's just like, I don't want to deal with that. But also, I don't want to like rub my sexuality in people's face, but I'm starting to realize like existing is not imposing. Like, just because I may, say, oh, I like a guy, or, bring up something related to being gay, that's not me rubbing it in people's faces. It would be rubbing it in people's faces if I was like, oh, you have to celebrate Pride, you have to do this, you have to do that. Like, and I don't even celebrate Pride. I think it's good that that's there for the people that want to do that. But me personally, I'm like, I'm not going to celebrate Pride. I know why people do it, but I'm not going to celebrate Pride. I'm not going to celebrate being gay. Like, I just want to be me. I don't want it to be a big deal. And I think part of normalizing something is not making it special, but also not making it something bad. But obviously that's like a controversial opinion. Like, people may not agree with me. People may think I'm ashamed of being gay, and it's not that. I mean, I spent a lot of years being ashamed of being gay, but as I've gotten older, I've realized like, that's not something I can control, and like, I shouldn't feel ashamed for it. I'm not doing anything bad, even if other people don't agree. It's not their life though, but it's just like, I wouldn't purposely put myself through this. I wouldn't purposely have been born gay, like the shit that comes with being gay. And I'm gonna get into this, it's why a lot of like bi guys, masculine guys, don't admit to being bi or to being gay, because they know what being gay comes with, what they would have to deal with. And it's shit that I have dealt with for a long time and will deal with for the rest of my life. And a lot of people aren't strong enough to go through that because they realize what they would have to go through. So I'm going to talk about being femme first. I was always effeminate as a kid. I grew up with a masculine father, masculine brothers who were into sports and, stuff like that. And I was always effeminate. Like, I would always want to play with my sister's Barbies, or, like, I just always related to girls more. And I never realized the childhood homophobia that I dealt with. Like, even though I grew up with, masculine influences, I still turned out effeminate and, girly, a tom girl, basically. And people like to say, oh, people are gay because of like their environment or, trauma or this and that. And it's like, no, if you research psychology and biology, you will learn that, some people are naturally femme, some people are naturally masc, people are naturally gay. It's not, people are always like, there's no gay gene. Like, it's not natural. Yeah, because a gene doesn't determine your sexuality. If you study biology and psychology, you would learn that. But that doesn't mean that it's not a natural occurrence when it is. But I always hung out with the girls. I always talked to girls. It was always easier to talk to girls. And I used to think that it was just because that's just how it is. Like, I just I just relate to the girls more. I talk to them, and there might be some truth to that. But I think as I've gotten older, I've realized, no, it's because the boys excluded me. The boys knew that I wasn't like them. I wasn't into sports. I wasn't masculine. I didn't talk about girls the way that they talked about girls. So they knew I was different. And, you know, I didn't realize I was gay till I was around like 14. I kind of started realizing it around age 11, but like I really realized it at 14. I guess like puberty, you know, helped me come to that, because, you know, puberty is when you start, you know, realizing what your body wants and, you know, whatever. But everyone could tell I was gay way before I knew I was gay, because I didn't really think about gay stuff till I was around, you know, between age 11 and 14. Like I didn't think about guys sexually. I didn't think about girls sexually. Like I just existed and I just had friends. And like my family always knew I was gay. They were like, that's why I never came out to them. They just knew. Like it's like why would I need to tell them, oh, I'm gay? Like they already know that. So it wasn't a big deal when it came up, whenever I was, you know, a teenager and it came up that I was gay. It wasn't a big deal. Like we just knew that. Like my family just knew that. But anyway, back to what I was saying. People could tell I was gay long before I could tell. And the boys could see that. So they didn't want to be my friend. And there were some guys that would be my friend and talk to me, but most of the guys did not talk to me. They didn't include me in things. They made me feel like I wasn't one of them. And I guess I'm not one of them. Like as far as being masculine, like I'm still a guy, but one of the things I've come to the realization of is that I will never be masked. I am an effeminate person, and that may bother people, but that's just who I am. Like I didn't choose to be femme. That's just who I am. And there's nothing wrong with that. I can embrace being a beautiful femme person. I'm not trying to be a woman. People may think I'm trying to be a woman, but I'm not. I mean, I think women are beautiful and women should feel proud that they're women, but I am not trying to be a woman. I am just effeminate, and a lot of, sorry, my dog in the background, if you hear her, she's just being dramatic. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of masculine men don't understand that. Even masculine gay men don't understand that, because they are naturally masked. So they don't understand my perspective. Like what's natural to them isn't natural to me. But they don't understand that. They would just rather say that I'm faking it, I choose this, or, you know, I'm girly. Like, you know, they'd be like, if I wanted to date a girl, I would date a girl. Why would I date a feminine guy? And it's really funny that guys say that. It's like, because you're not attracted to women. You're not attracted to femininity. A lot of men are attracted to femininity, not necessarily just a gender, but because of societal expectations and religion and all that, people are conditioned to be homophobic and see it as wrong. And so a lot of people don't admit that they are just attracted to femininity. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I never realized it till I was older. It's not that I didn't just connect with the boys. Like, it's that they were homophobic. And I started realizing that as I got older, because I started realizing how passive aggressive men are to me. Men tend to not talk to me, or like, you know, if I'm in the workplace, men usually don't start conversations with me, but they'll be buddy with each other, talking and have, you know, be laughing and smiling with each other. But then when I come up to them to talk about something, they're very like serious. They'll give me an answer. They'll say what they have to say as the answer, and that's it. They don't try to get to know me. They don't strike conversation with me. And it's been a little bit different lately. Like, I'll admit, I did get some cosmetic work done. Like, you know, one of the things that I did was my chin is now a different shape. And I think that, not intentionally, but I think that feminized me a little bit. Like, it softened the things I got done softened my features. And it's weird, but I've noticed that men are now starting to start conversations with me and be nicer to me. And I'm like, I don't know if that's a coincidence, but it was like night and day. It's like, I got some work done, I guess, that softened my features, made me look a little more feminine, and men are treating me better. I mean, that's not to say that I still don't deal with passive aggressiveness from men, but like, I've seen a difference lately. But yeah, I spent a long time kind of being ashamed of being gay. Like there were times where I wished I was different, like I'm not trans, but I'm like, you know, if I'm attracted to men, maybe I should have just been born a female. Maybe my dating life would be easier, because I am 27 and I've never had a boyfriend. And I'm from Austin, Texas. Austin's a pretty liberal city. So even in a liberal fucking city, I haven't had a boyfriend in all 27 years of my life. And that's not to say I haven't dated. I've been with some people, and a couple of them wanted to be official with me, but I realized I didn't love them like that. It's like, you know, you may be sexually compatible with someone, but that doesn't mean you're intimately compatible with them. And I just didn't want to pursue those relationships with those men, so I said no. But there have been times where I did want to be with people and they just weren't emotionally available to me, whether it be because of, you know, them being, you know, homophobia, them being conditioned to believe that it's wrong, and so they struggle with their own sexuality, and that, you know, that makes them unavailable to me. Or, you know, a lot of gay people are just complicated. Like, a lot of them have unresolved traumas, and it's like they have attachment issues. They're scared of getting attached, or, you know. And honestly, like, I see, and I'm not trying to judge, but I see a lot of gay people who are single. Like, I see a lot of people in their 30s, like I'm close to 30 now, and it's like I see people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and they're just these single gay men, and that scares me, because it's like I want to have someone to share my life with. I want someone to spend my life with and marry and all that. And I'm like, is that going to be me? Am I going to be this like 40-year-old, 30-year-old that is single? Like, I don't, it's like all people see us as are these gay people. Like, even when you're not dating anyone, even when you're not with anyone, even if you're abstinent, like, people still see you as this gay person. They just stamp this label on you. You're gay. And that's all they talk about when they bring you up. Oh, he's gay. And it's like, I'm not even dating anyone. Like, so it's like, I'm gay, but I'm not even getting the fucking benefit of it. Like, and y'all just want to see me as this gay person. And I'm like, you know what? You know, I used to sort of reserve myself a little bit, because I was like, well, people are going to just think I'm too gay or this and that. And I'm like, you know what? I stopped doing that, because I'm like, even though I'm not like gay pride, y'all, rainbows and glitter, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do what the fuck I want. Because at the end of the day, they're going to know I'm gay regardless. So if I'm gay, I'm gay. Like, one of the things I do, I guess, makes me a little feminine. I have a fucking purse, y'all. I mean, it's a tote bag. It's a giant tote bag, but I use it as a purse. And I carry it. And I use it because I'm like, you know what? If they're going to know that I'm gay anyway, then I'll fucking have a purse. I'll, you know, have my hair blonde. I'll dress the way I want to dress, because all they're going to do is see me as this gay person anyway. So fuck it. Like, they already know I'm gay. And I guess people feel like we're like trying to impose our life on them, because there are people, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not trying to like call anyone out, but it's just like, you know, some of the people that are like making up all these genders, like, in terms, it does confuse people. But the thing is, not all those people are even gay. It's like, someone can be non-binary, like identify as non-binary, but they are in, you know, non-binary, you know, not wanting to associate with either sex, male or female, like just wanting to be neutral, gender neutral. I meet a lot of women that are non-binary. I've met more so like females that are non-binary than males, but it's like, a person can identify as non-binary, they're biologically female, and they still date men. Or men that are non-binary, but they still date women. So it's like, you're still heterosexual. And people want to be like, oh, well, y'all are just complicated because y'all have all these genders, y'all have all these identities. And it's just like, look, most people aren't like that. That's some people that are like that. But y'all are letting individuals speak for a whole group of people. Like, no, I'm gay, but I'm not I'm not trying to be a woman. I'm not trans. I'm not non-binary. I'm not, I'm not being complicated. I'm not saying that they're all complicated, but it's just like, I'm just existing. I'm just being myself. And they think that we're all the same. And it's like, you know what, y'all? Y'all may think that LGBT people make up only like 10% of the population, but it's way more. It's probably like 35-40% of people who aren't straight that may more so be pansexual. They like the person for the person, or they like the energy, the masculine energy, the feminine energy. But because of societal pressures and religion and all that, people are scared to explore that side. Like, sexuality is a spectrum. I'm taking a human sexuality course, but sexuality is a spectrum. Some people are hardcore heterosexual. Some people are hardcore homosexual, which I am. I'm not into women at all. Like, I'm just not into it. But there's a lot of people who are in between, and they're just scared to explore, the non-heterosexual side because of the way society is. But yeah, it's like people want to say we're all complicated because of the whole gender thing and this and that. And it's like, a lot of those people are still heterosexual. A lot of those people aren't even homosexual or bisexual, and you're letting them speak for us. It's like, no. And another thing, and this is gonna get into my other topic of bi men. We are fetishized as a femme person. I am fetishized. I am not dated or taken seriously. And that goes into bi men, because a lot of people who fetishize me are bi men. They're masc men, but a lot of them end up being bi. Like, I know that there are masc gay men out there, but like, my type is masculine. Like, I like masculine energy. I like, masc guys. And within that, like, I'm open to, like, all sorts of backgrounds and people, like, but I'm just, into masculine men. A lot of them end up being fucking bi, or like bi-curious. And they fetishize us. They don't want to be seen with us or dating us because they know what comes with that. Like, so most of the time look, I know bi people get a bunch of shit. Like, people say that bisexuality isn't real, or, like, women are like, ew, I wouldn't want to date a bi guy. But it's like, a lot of you are with bi guys. They may not admit it to you. They may not admit it to themselves, but a lot of you are with bi men. And it's like, you may get jealous and be like, oh, he's gay, he wants to be with that gay person more. And it's like, no, at the end of the day, like, you may not like that your guy is bi, but guess what? He chooses you at the end of the day. He doesn't choose me. I'm just someone that he would fuck. I'm not someone he would share his life with. I'm not someone that he would spend his time with and be seen in public with, because he doesn't want to accept himself, but also he doesn't want to deal with what comes with being gay. And being with a girl is easier. It's accepted. That doesn't mean that he doesn't love you. It's easier, even though he does love you, it's still easier and more accepted to be with you than it would be for him to be with me. And it's just like, I could be in the back of his mind, like, he could have feelings for me and like me and really love me, but he's just not, this comes off harsh, he's just not strong enough to be with me because he can't handle what comes with it. It's just not worth it to him, I guess. And I've dealt with that a lot, and it's not fair. And, I will admit, there are times I envy women, because I'm like, I know, like, no one's perfect, like, no couple's perfect, like, straight people still deal with relationship problems, men, playing games, or women playing games. But it's just like, I envy the women, because it's like, at least he'll spend his life with you. At least he'll be seen with you. Me, I'm just a fetish. He will fuck me in secret, but then he will not acknowledge me as a person otherwise. And he'll treat you better. He'll be seen with you. He'll spend his life with you. So yeah, it's like, you may not like that your man's bi, but they still choose you over me. And it's like, the men want me for whatever convenience that is for them, like I guess sexually. But a lot of the bi guys end up being down low because, like I've talked about a few times, like the societal norms and, you know, religion, like people are just so homophobic and hateful, and they don't want us to exist. They don't want us to be able to be on television. They don't want us to adopt children or have children. They don't want us to be able to get married. So it's like, how do you think I feel? Like, these bi guys who are down low are scared of what I have to go through every single day. I don't have a choice. I don't have a closet to run to, because no matter what, you can tell I'm gay. It's in the way I talk. It's in the way I walk. It's in the way, you know, you can just tell I'm gay. And I'm not even trying to push that on anyone. Like, it's just, you can just tell. And so it's like, how do you think I feel? I don't have a closet to run to. I have to be gay 100% of the time. I have to deal with what comes with being gay. And I don't even get a boyfriend out of it. I don't even get a husband out of it. Maybe someday I will. I sure hope I do. But so far I haven't. Like, all I've dealt with is like a bunch of bullshit, because men are scared to live their authentic lives. And it makes me suffer for it, because it takes away from my dating pool as well. And that's me looking at it selfishly. But it does take away from my dating pool, because these men are with women instead. And they may love them, but like, it's like they could potentially love me too. Like, they could love me, but they're too scared to go down that road because of what comes with being gay. And, you know, so that, you know, it stops them from living their authentic life, but they make that choice. And it stops me from being able to have somebody. And it's like, maybe those guys envy me in some way because they see me as free, living my life. But freedom doesn't come without pain. I still deal with shit for being, it's not all the time, like, but every now and, well, I deal with passive aggressiveness from men and from people, like, because I'm gay. But like, you may see me as free, but I don't have a boyfriend. You have a girlfriend. You at least have somebody to share your life with. I don't. And that's not to say I can't have that, but so far I haven't had that. So it's lonely. It's like, you may see me as free, but freedom doesn't come without pain. I've dealt with my, you know, pain for being gay because of how people are. Thankfully, my parents were, you know, accepting, like, because they always knew. But like, it's like, I'm pretty lonely. Like, I don't have a boyfriend. I don't have a husband. And these people who are attracted to both men and women, they have a wider dating pool, so they have more options than me. When I only have, you know, other men, the dating pool's smaller, and even dating within the gay world is so complicated. Like, even masculine gay men don't like femme men. Like, not all, but a lot of them are discriminatory towards us. They hate us femme guys. And it's like, we're the reason you have the rights you have today, even though we still have progress to make. But it's because of us. We're at the front lines. You're not. You get to disclose that you're gay or bi whenever you feel like it. Me, people like me, people know we are always gay. So we are at the front lines of being gay, and we're the reason why you get representation or you're allowed to be how you are, because of us. And you want to bash us because of your inner homophobia, your misogyny. It's like, if you're naturally masc, even if you're gay or bi, and you don't understand why someone's feminine, that's because that's not you. You're not femme, but just because you can't relate to that doesn't mean you should be hateful. But yeah, guys, that's my talking points for today. I just wanted to share that because it's been on my mind a lot. Like, people may see me as free, living my authentic life, and I guess I am. But it's just like, this is all the shit I've had to deal with. This is all the shit that's been on my mind lately. And, you know, I sure do hope things get better for me in my love life. But, you know, I have to live my life as this gay person. And that's not a curse. It's just people are hateful. People would rather be hateful than try to understand. And it's like, yeah, like, this has been on my mind lately, and I just wanted to get it out. So I just hope this gives people perspective. Like, you know, I hope more people choose to live their lives authentically. I'm not saying that it's easy, because it's not. Even for someone like I was accepted by my family, I still have dealt with things for being gay. But yeah, hope this gives some perspective, y'all. Talk to y'all later.